Welcome to Drep Podcast, the podcast with two friends. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah.
This is our Christmas episode.
This is the Christmas episode.
Which means, cue the drifters.
Are we the drifters?
Yeah, we are today.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ba-doo, ba-doo, doop, 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 ba-doop, ba-doo, ba-doo, doop, 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 ba-doop, doop, doop,
Dreaming
ba-doop,
of a white
doop, doop,
Christmas,
doop, ba-doop, ba-doop.
just like the ones. Anyway.
And then,
So good. So good.
yeah, it's still up there in like my top 5.
Very easily in my
Yeah.
top 5.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, don't ever get tired of that one.
No. Go back to our Christmas 2020 or 2019 episode, and we talk about songs.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 2020. I can't remember. Who knows? I mean, after 4 years almost,
Yeah, 4 Christmas episodes
they just
ago.
kind of they all run together.
Yeah, that'd actually be like a good one. Just like mash those all into one monster episode.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be funny.
We'll release that after Christmas, like
Yeah.
the after Christmas effect.
Yeah, put on the Patreon.
Hey, look at your shirt, man.
Hey.
I don't know if it's making fun of me.
Oh, it is kind of. Well, I mean, you are Saint Nick.
Well,
Old Mr. Nick.
Hey, man, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I'm
Happy
not,
holidays.
I'm not as Christmassy as you are.
Nah, that's okay. You know, you got the red beard.
Yeah.
You're wearing red, and that's all that matters.
I got red undies on.
I believe it. You don't have to prove it this time.
Okay. I don't really have red undies on, just so you know.
Red thong undies. I'm digging it, man. Banana hammock it up.
How's it going, man?
It's going good.
You got all your holiday shopping done?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
I believe so. Yeah.
I mean, if not, you got like 3 days to do it.
Feeling festive. You know, done some holiday yearly traditions and
Yeah.
just some festive stuff. So yeah, feeling it.
Like what? What have you done?
We've done a couple of concerts that were like, you know, holiday themed. We went and saw Pentatonix.
Ooh. How was that?
Last night. It was awesome.
Yeah?
Really good show.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's fully festive. It's their Christmas
Festive
party,
AF.
something like that. Yeah. Like it's cool. It was good. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're super impressive.
Oh, really impressive. If you've never heard Pentatonix,
Yeah.
like I've never seen them live.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen like recordings of them. I've seen like a bunch of YouTube videos, and I mean, their stuff's fantastic. I can't imagine it being not just fantastic live too.
Yeah. It's, you know, when you see a group like that is all a cappella.
Right.
And I mean, their harmonies, everything are so spot on. Like it's really impressive.
Yeah. And you know, like that's from someone who like I know my way around a musical note or two.
Sure.
You heard the intro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Nailed it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Not
Pitch perfect.
semi close. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know music and you know like what they're doing and how difficult that is,
Right.
it becomes that much more impressive.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's so cool.
Yeah, and it's like just evident, you know, throughout
Yeah.
the whole show. Everything they're doing, like you're just like blown away by everything.
Sure.
Super cool.
Yeah. What other festive things?
We've done like, you know, the theme parks and seen the stuff, seen
Gotcha.
the lights, seen the
Gotcha.
things, and feeling it.
Yeah.
We're right in the middle of it, man.
I put up my Christmas tree like 2 days ago.
Cool.
I mean, not 2 days ago when this comes out, but like 2 days when we're recording. So
Right.
like some years I'm just like,
Let's
day
get
after
it up.
Thanksgiving, it's up.
Right.
And this year I'm just like, you know,
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. Up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get it up. I don't know. That's kind of it. And still listen to some Christmas music in the morning.
Right.
Carol has yet to listen to any Christmas music, I think. but I have seen Christmas Vacation about 6 times at this point.
Seriously?
Yeah, like legit. I mean, okay, probably like twice, legitimately all the way through.
Right.
But like bits and pieces here and there.
For sure.
Watched Elf. Carol watched Home Alone, so like I heard Home Alone because
Right.
I was reading.
Sure.
But I'll watch Home Alone before we get there. And you just got to do it.
Yeah, you got
exactly.
to.
You have to. It's one of those things. You know?
And that song's what's playing in that scene.
Correct.
The Drifters.
Correct.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Hey, you know, it's because it's the Christmas season, and we are people who like to indulge in Christmas drinks.
Indeed.
I have a couple of Christmas drinks for us.
Sweet.
Yeah, a little bit outside of our wheelhouse, outside of our norm.
Okay.
Which I think is also like
Not Scotch.
well, sort of.
Okay.
There is a Scotch. Well, I say that because there's a Scotch-based drink,
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
A cocktail, if you will.
a liqueur.
A liqueur.
Yeah, that you can make into a cocktail if you so choose. But I think we're gonna like to drink it straight.
Okay.
Yep. And here's kind of like how I did this.
Okay.
In thinking about our episode, And then thinking about wanting to try something a little bit different, I was like, what are some quintessential standard holiday drinks, right? And I was like, there's a bunch of different cocktails out there. We've done some Christmas cocktails. We have several Christmas episodes with different drinks that we've done.
Right.
But like, what can someone just run to the store, grab on their way to a holiday party, and it's going to go well for them?
Right. And be well received.
Well received.
You're going to enjoy it. It's going to get you in the mood,
Get
kind
you
of a
in
thing.
the festive mood. Other people might like it as well. It's something that, you're not going to be in a realm of like, I don't know if, people aren't going to like this. Like,
Sure.
it's kind of a holiday thing people are going to like.
Doesn't take a lot of work.
Correct.
Easy.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the response?
The response was basically just pick up some eggnog and throw
Bud
some
Light.
rum.
Oh, gotcha.
That was kind of the response. Pick up some eggnog, throw some rum in it. But the more research you do, it comes down to like bourbon cream and Irish cream. If you're not going to go the eggnog route. Okay. And I was like, you know what? I don't think we've ever done a cream drink in that way on the podcast. Like I know we did eggnog.
Yeah.
Did we make our own? We made our own eggnog.
I would assume you did.
Yeah, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
So
what did you have in that?
Egg and nog.
What did you have in that?
I think we did.
Was that Buffalo Trace?
That sounds right. Why not?
Mm.
I don't know either.
I know the hot toddy had monkey shoulder.
Yeah.
Did you have the cinnamon in anything?
Oh yeah, we did Fireball and we put it in hot cider, which was delicious.
Yeah, that
hot
was
apple
fantastic.
cider. Yeah.
I wanted to say it was Buffalo Trace. I could be wrong there though. Anyway,
Well, if not, that sounds right.
but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. But I figured like, okay, what if I'm running to a Christmas party or running to a holiday party?
Last minute, forgot it was tonight.
Got to grab something.
Okay.
And it basically came down to you need to get a bottle of Irish cream or bourbon cream. So I was like, absolutely. Let's do Irish cream or bourbon cream. And I was like, but you know what? It's us.
Right.
We can't do Irish cream or bourbon cream.
We're going to do them both
We're
together.
going to do them both together.
Same glass.
I don't know about that.
We'll change it up.
But we're going to do them both together.
I got you.
What do you think?
I like it.
Okay, which one do you want to start with first?
I don't have a preference.
Okay.
Off the top of my head.
Let's do this. I'm going to say let's go with the bourbon cream first.
Okay.
Because the bourbon cream that we have here, let me pull it out.
Pull it out, man. He's got the one and only Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, this is the Buffalo Trace bourbon cream.
It is ice cold, baby.
It is ice cold, which you can. I didn't know this, but you can actually drink this stuff not cold at all.
Well, I think you're supposed to refrigerate it once opened,
yes,
kind of a thing. But yeah, I've heard that you can just
I also
crack
read
it
like
open and go.
you are supposed to, but you don't have to because it does have liquor in it. It's going to be shelf-ish stable, but they recommend because it's gonna not separate and that kind of thing. That's what they really. So I'm gonna just give it a little bit of shake. I found this and I was like, yeah, we got to do Buffalo Trace bourbon cream.
Yep.
Now, when you think of, I know Ezra Brooks makes one, so Lux Rose making one. I know Jim Beam, I think, makes an eggnog kind of thing. There's a couple different,
A lot of eggnog.
yeah, a lot of nog.
Yeah, a lot of nog ones.
Yeah. So, but I found this and I was like, we got to do the bourbon cream.
Totally.
Because it's very squarely in our wheelhouse as a whole.
Yep.
Got a Buffalo Trace bottle design.
Right.
Cool black bottle though.
Yeah.
And
which is probably smart, so you're not getting light
absolutely
into the cream.
Absolutely.
And potentially curdling.
And this is a 15% ABV.
Nice.
Yeah. And again, I think we're going to start with this because I know what's on the horizon. And this is going to be a little more quintessential, if you will. I got some bottle words. You want me to read them?
Sure.
Handmade in small batches, using award-winning Buffalo Trace bourbon, rich cream, and a hint of sugar. Enjoy this deliciously sweet liqueur enhanced with bold taste of Buffalo Trace bourbon. This indulgent treat is hard to resist. Try it on the rocks, over ice cream, or in coffee, or in our case, in a Glencairn.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. You know that this is high quality because it's got a screw top. All right, Kyle. I'm going to pour it in this glass.
Pour it up.
Like, I don't think we're going to get sound because it's going to be thick, but I'm going to
glug.
I'm going to try. A one for you and a one for me. All right, so when you think of like a bourbon cream or the name, bourbon cream, you're going to get a product that is definitely or should be high in butter fat. So it should be a cream, obviously, based product. Something that most people, I would say, probably do indeed pour this in coffee.
Right.
Or pour it over ice cream.
Right.
Because like that, I mean, it's made for that. But I have had this. Actually, I had it at the distillery a couple of years ago, 2019, when I went.
Right.
And I was impressed with it then, but it was really hard to find.
Right.
I don't know if it was new back then. but it was kind of hard to find.
Yeah, I feel like they've kicked up production on it
For sure.
because you can see it
Oh, yeah.
fairly regularly, just about anywhere now.
Big box liquor stores around here, definitely for sure.
Yep.
The Marts of Wall, you can find it there too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep, I've seen it there. I've seen it just about everywhere.
You swirl it in the glass, and man, it just coats that Glencairn.
Looks like melted ice cream.
It really does. It really does. I poured us some hefty pours only because it's 15%.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Take a couple of glugs there.
Oh, yeah. On the nose.
Be no worse the wear for it.
Definitely sweet.
Yeah. I mean, it smells like melted ice cream. Boozy melted ice cream.
Oh, but you know what? There's this really nice bourbon note. It's like an undertone. Like you definitely get cream.
Yeah.
But there's for sure
it's got like that, like, I think just like the vanilla kind of aspect that's going along with it. It's definitely like, bourbon-esque.
Oh, yeah. And again, could you make this on your own? Absolutely, you could. If you wanted to spend the time, you absolutely could. But remember, we're on our way to a holiday party, so we don't have that kind of time.
Sure.
But they're going to have some ice there, so we're going to be just fine. We'll chill it down, or we'll pour it over ice, and we're good.
Yeah.
I mean, what's not to like?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just sweet goodness.
Gives
you that little bit of like an alcohol pop on it.
Right.
Yeah. I've actually never had Buffalo Trace Bourbon Cream.
Really?
Had a bottle of it for like a year.
Just left in the car.
No, had the bottle and bought it. I bought it for, I knew my mom was going to be in town. This was right before COVID.
Oh, yeah. I remember this.
So my mom was going to be in town. And I was like, like she's not like, that well versed in adult beverages. And I was like, let me think of something that I could get that like, would be interesting to her. And I was like, that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Got it. And then COVID happened, ended up having to change plans. And then she never came down. And I kept like thinking like, well, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. And I knew if I opened it, I'd probably kill it in like a week.
Oh, easy.
Because like, it's just delicious stuff. So I restrained myself from opening it. And then eventually we did have a party. It got opened and it got drank at that party. And I never even like tried it.
Well, guess what?
Here we go.
You about to try it.
Yeah.
No sniffing. Time for sipping.
Yeah. That's good.
What's not to like?
Yeah.
I mean, it's thick, but you expect it to be. Obviously, it's freaking cream.
Yeah. I mean, it just tastes like a boozy milkshake. It just doesn't have quite like that frozen quality to it. But I'm sure, you throw that on top of a scoop of ice cream, blend it up.
Or, I mean,
you're going to be all set.
Honestly, just throw it in like a blender with some chunks of ice, and then you got your boozy milkshake. You're good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Is this the only time of year you drink it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For me, like, and I'm not saying like, I mean, I like it. It's really good.
Right.
You get all the, you don't get. I was gonna say you get all the bourbon notes, but you don't. You get like the bourbon essence.
Yeah. Like it's bourbon adjacent.
Yeah, it's bourbon.
Right.
But it's like, it's also not like those bourbon candies that are like, that's bourbon. Like that there's bourbon in this.
Yeah.
But it's not like drinking a glass of bourbon either, though.
Right.
So
ice cream aged in bourbon barrels.
We gotta call our friends at Proof and get them on that.
Maybe that's what they're using.
It's possible. Would I want to drink this like after mid-January? I don't think I would.
Yeah. Which is kind of a strange thing. I don't know, but it is very much kind of feels like a wintry holiday kind of indulgence.
But that's also from, two Florida boys.
Right.
I mean, where it's literally 70 in January. So at like mid-January, I'm kind of over the holidays at that point.
Sure. Oh,
you know what I mean? So like, I don't need to be in that mood anymore.
Right. Agreed.
But like,
tasty's all get out.
Oh yeah. No, to me, it's also one of those things that, like you said with your mom, someone who is not a whiskey drinker,
right,
but wants to indulge in something or wants to get in that holiday spirit,
right.
So there, thanks. This is perfect for them.
Yeah,
and it's also perfect for someone who is an enthusiast, if you will,
for sure. Yeah, I mean it's something different, but it's still kind of like within that same realm of the stuff that you enjoy.
Well, absolutely.
This is a fun little side note.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you know what? This makes a fantastic gift, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean...
Yeah, it's not going to break the bank.
Nope. I think, I'm going to say this was around $20.
$20.
Yeah. And that's about right.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about this kind of product and, $20 is good.
Well, and it goes pretty quick. I mean, so if you see it, pull the trigger. Because anything that's got that buffalo silhouette on there, it's going to go quick.
It's going to go quick. Yeah, I had 3 bottles left. The liquor store I got it at, the woman told me that they put it out like a week prior to me getting there, and they had 3 bottles left.
Right.
So I don't know how many they had,
right,
but that's pretty good considering that, like, you think of people are buying a lot of this kind of product.
Yeah, and I would think this time of year, you'd think it'd go even quicker.
Exactly. I mean, very easily, you might gain a little bit of poundage, but you could easily kill a bottle of this.
Oh, yeah.
Especially at a holiday party. So at that point, you know what? Get you 2 or 3.
Yeah, let loose.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
With, responsibly with some other people.
Yeah. Open it up, grab a straw. Go to town.
Get one of those beer helmets and you're walking around.
Glug, 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 glug.
That is
good.
That is delightful, dare I say.
Yeah, no, it's totally good.
What about you? Like,
yeah, there's no way. Like, it doesn't have like the essence of it being, a hot weather drink. You
wouldn't drink this on a golf course.
Yeah, like, you take the turn and you break out the bourbon cream and whew, it's gonna be a rough 9. That back 9's gonna get thick.
You and John Daly smoking cigarettes and drinking bourbon cream.
Drinking Buffalo Trace Bourbon Cream.
But, where do we get this that this is a holiday drink? I mean, because, like, you could drink this whenever. And it's gonna be delicious.
You think milkshake?
Yeah.
You can drink a milkshake any time of the year.
I mean, a mudslide is a very popular drink.
Yeah.
And it's basically a boozy milkshake. And that's essentially what this is.
Yeah.
So, but for whatever reason, man, I associate with the holidays. And I'm a little more holiday festive right now because I'm drinking that.
Samesies.
Yeah.
Bump, 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 bump.
I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr.
Now you're Mr. Green Christmas.
I'm Mr. Green Christmas. I'm Mr.
Sun. Da-dum, da-dum. Yeah, like what do you think is the like maximum amount of this you could drink at like one time, like one pour?
I'm gonna say about what I would like a normal whiskey pour. So if you're looking at a Glencairn, maybe just to the top of the bulb of a Glencairn. So what? 2.5, 3 ounces maybe,
right?
At kind of a time.
Yeah.
After that, it just becomes like,
yeah, you just kind of become desensitized to it, and it's not really,
right.
It's not really doing anything else for you at that point.
No, but I will say this: like when I've had this before, I put a gigantic ice sphere into a rocks glass and just like poured it basically to 3/4 of the way up the sphere of ice, and like that was a good amount, which I'm gonna say is in that like 3 ounce ish range.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think over ice, it could probably last a little longer.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because it's gonna dilute and not be as,
exactly. And
so
honestly,
rich.
I prefer it that way.
Yeah.
Because it does dilute, and you get a little bit of that like. I don't know, it thins it out a little bit, which is actually really nice.
Right.
So before we go on to our next drink, Christmas is, among a lot of things, it is a capitalist endeavor.
Yeah.
And it is a time where one buys gifts.
Yep.
It is a time where one receives, and is a time where one kind of can freak out a little bit about gifts.
Yeah, for sure.
So this
can be stress-inducing.
Oh, yeah. It can be stress-inducing, especially if you're, not only buying gifts for significant others, but if you're buying gifts for kids.
Right.
And what got me thinking about this is I watched a couple commercials, and I'm not a big I don't watch a whole lot of commercials just because, most of what we watch now is streaming.
Right.
But I was watching some commercials, and it was like commercials geared towards kids. And I was like, man, like I remember around that like Halloween time of my parents going like, okay, so you got to get a Christmas list, ready.
Right.
And like watching cartoons or whatever, and you're watching commercials.
Going through that Sears toy catalog.
Exactly. Sears toy catalog. I think
Toys R Us.
Yeah,
probably did one.
Yeah, absolutely did. Now Amazon does one. I don't know if you guys have gotten that.
Like an actual catalog?
Like an actual toy catalog. It's kind of weird. But it's actually kind of nice, too, because you're like, oh. For me,
right.
I looked at it just because I was like, I remember the big-ass
all
Toys
just
R
digital
Us
stuff?
No, it's like actual physical. But I remember getting the big Toys R Us catalog. It was like, 150 pages.
Right.
And as a kid, you're like, very, very thoroughly going through that thing. Circling.
Highlighting.
Exactly.
Yep.
Which got me thinking about gifts and presents as a kid. I want to know, what is a gift that you wanted for Christmas, but never received? Like you wanted that thing, you never got
requested it, just didn't work out.
Yeah.
I will say one that comes to my head first, which is a little difficult, to be honest.
Okay.
I was a spoiled kid.
I was going to say, like, wow.
Pretty well got the big thing that I wanted every year. Like, it wasn't like a a 32 item list.
Oh,
like,
okay.
It was like, this is the one thing that I want.
Right.
You know, like that's where we were like, and most of the time we got that thing.
Right.
But there was one year that I do remember, it was like a heavily advertised thing, it was a 3-in-1 table sports thing.
Yeah.
It was a billiards table, and then you could flip it, and it had air hockey, and then you could flip it again, and it was ping pong.
Yep, I remember these.
And like I remember like the commercial, I think I saw it on TikTok not that long ago, of like it's these two boys that are playing, and they're like, mom, like they're down there, they're playing, and mom opens the basement door, like, boys, come up for breakfast.
Yeah.
And they keep playing, then she opens the door, come up for lunch. And then she opens it again, come up for dinner. But they're like, each time they're playing a different sport.
Game, yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that looks amazing.
I too love missing meals.
Yeah. Really wanted that really bad. Didn't get it. But I did get a pool table that year, but it wasn't the 3-sport thing.
Gotcha. Like a legit billiards table?
No.
Oh, okay. Like a mini version.
3x5, maybe.
Right.
Probably not even. Yeah. It's probably more like 2.5x4.
Like the
something like that. The balls were like golf ball size.
The pool stick was longer than the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure. Got one of those and had a blast with that for a year or so. But. Yeah, definitely remember that 3-sport. And remember that commercial so clearly. Think like, yeah, badass opening that Christmas Day and was pulling these things by myself.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Air hockey, just me against me. Well, I guess you could have done like the Forrest Gump ping pong, where you put like the table up and you get it against yourself.
Put the urinal over there.
The urinal?
A little urine pan.
Oh, I was like
hitting the ball.
He's playing against the urinal. I don't remember that. I do remember the urinal pan, though. Or the bed pan.
Bed pan. There it is.
There it is. Urinal pan.
Urine pan.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah. It is what it is. So, what was yours?
For me, a toy recreational kind of thing.
Yeah.
This came out in 2000. It was the It toy of Christmas for 2000.
Bop.
Okay. I don't think so.
Skip it.
No, that's definitely older. I was always someone who like I asked for like outside things, or we always got outside things.
Right.
At some point, like I was asking for video games and stuff like that.
Right.
But the It thing of 2000.
Tickle Me Elmo?
I think I was 96.
Okay.
I did not ask for a Tickle Me Elmo. I was too old for that.
Resale value was up there, though.
Is it really?
It was.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that year.
Oh, yeah.
You could have found one. You could have resold that thing for 4 times the amount.
Easy. It was the Razor scooter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit younger than you.
Yeah.
And it was the toy.
Sure.
And it was the thing, like, I was like, man, I need a Razor scooter.
Right.
And in 2000, I'm going to say they were, probably around $100. I don't know how much they are now.
Right.
Probably maybe about the same. Who knows? But it was outside of the range that my parents wanted to spend.
Right.
And so I did not get a Razor scooter.
Right. What'd you get?
I got like Chuck's scooter.
Nice.
And it was, I mean, it was fine. It was the same thing.
Right.
But like, and it might have actually even been better.
Right.
But
at the time.
Exactly. Like
yeah,
I wanted a Razor scooter.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have no, like, you have no idea of what. It's all brand. It's all branding. It's all like, this is the advertised one. And
right.
like, this one is Chuck's scooter and it's not advertised. So like, why do I have that one?
Right.
But I remember.
I don't want the straight blade.
I want the Razor. The kids across the street got Razor scooters.
Right.
And they were like, shit. Because they got Razor scooters. And
right.
they got like, there was like 3 of them. So they got 3 different colors.
Right.
Or like it was all, the Razor scooters were all silver at that point. They were just aluminum.
Right.
But like the inlays were different colors and the handles were different colors.
Right.
So they all got 3 different colors.
Bastards.
So, I know. And I got my Chuck scooter.
Right.
And which I ended up having fun. Like I loved that thing. It was great. Like I definitely, wore it till the whole thing just rode it.
Wrapped it around my body, wrecking it.
Basically.
It got totaled that 4 or 5 times.
Easily. Rode it until like it just fell apart for sure. Yeah. Well, which was weirdly 5 minutes. I don't know.
I'm leaving that here.
I did that one jump with that particle board, and this is where we are.
Well,
but yeah, I was super happy that I had like the scooter,
right?
But I was so disappointed that it wasn't a Razor scooter,
right?
That man, yeah. And I still like, I just remember that Christmas as like, you didn't get the Razor scooter. You got a scooter, you didn't get a Razor scooter.
Yep.
And now I'm like, man, I could buy like a bunch of racer scooters, and I don't want that shit.
So many different versions of them now.
Yeah. I think like there's an electric one, and like no, but that
the
was
Razor
because they were so cool, man. They were so cool.
They did have a cool look to them.
Yeah, and like all the kids, like you get the like the commercials that time. You get kids, doing like cool little flips and shit.
Right.
Anyway, so we actually put this on social media. Like, what present, what gift did you want as a child, or did you want that you've never received?
Right.
You want to hear some responses?
Yep. World peace.
Well, some of them do get pretty dark. I mean, not that world peace is dark, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Yeah. We definitely got some sentimental ones for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you would expect, but I'm really interested in like gifts, like goods.
Yeah, we were talking about more like kid.
Correct.
That kid present. What's the Turbo Man? Is that from?
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, the Turbo Man.
Turbo Man. Our friends, the Sci-Fi Wise guys, said that whatever new gaming console was out, for sure.
Yeah.
That was the gift that they really wanted, but they never received. That's kind of sad. They never received, like they never got that gaming console. They're the Sci-Fi Wise guys.
Yeah, seriously. Like, you think that'd be like a very monumental. How did you still become the Wise guys? I mean, that was definitely me, man. I remember like the year of the 64. That's still like my monumental.
Yeah, for sure.
That was like the Christmas of my childhood.
So for me, and I think we mentioned this in the gaming episode, my uncle got the 64 for my cousins. Mm-hmm. Like when it came out, and I didn't know about it somehow. I don't know, but saw them playing some game and was like, "That's what I want for Christmas."
Right.
And that was like in the summer.
Right.
When they got it. So then I got it for like that next Christmas.
Right.
And of course my dad fell in love with it too. So he was like, yeah, we're buying that.
Yeah, totally.
We ain't getting that Razor scooter. Our friends over at the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast said a new BMX bike. Got a mountain bike instead. Yeah, I feel that. Tried jumping a ramp with it, broke my arm.
Bummer.
I'm not laughing that they broke their arm, but I've been there in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
This is my exact experience, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to think. I remember like there was I can't remember the brand of the bike, but there was like all my buddies had them, but I was never like that enticed by them.
Yeah.
So it was never anything that I really wanted, but like
A BMX bike?
it was, I guess, I don't know if it was like, is that a brand or is that like a style?
No, it's a style.
So I guess it was that style of bike, but it was the brand. Like all three of them all had one.
Yeah.
But I was just always kind of like,
No,
I'm
man.
not that interested.
Kids in my neighborhood, one of them got like it was called a dyno bike, and I like just fell in love with it. And they were expensive bikes,
right?
Like, I'm saying like $300 or $400.
Oh yeah, theirs were,
yeah. And I remember like being like,
low rider.
Yeah, exactly. Like, let's buy one. My parents were like,
the spokes on the.
No, you're not buying. We're not getting that for you.
I had like
you throw your bike on the ground.
I had my Walmart mountain bike
with the baseball cart clipped to it.
Yeah, that was good.
You were so cool. Oh man. Our friends over at the Designated Quizzers podcast said a Barbie Power Wheels. You remember Power Wheels? Did you ever have Power Wheels?
Had a Power Wheel.
Yeah. Those things were awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty epic.
I remember taking the battery out of my sister's, or maybe it was I don't remember, dropping it on my foot.
Ugh.
And, and as a kid.
Right.
And those batteries are substantial.
Yeah.
And
like legit car battery.
Legit car battery. It's terrible. Christine says Cabbage Patch Kids, but instead we got Garbage Pail Kids.
I've heard those. Yeah. I'm pretty sure my wife has a story like that.
The Garbage Pail Kids?
Wanting a Cabbage Patch, and they couldn't find one, so her mom made one.
Oh, well, that's sentimental.
Sure.
But then you're
kind of like Chuck's Razor scooter.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just doesn't have the same connection.
No. Angela says a tasty bake oven, or maybe easy bake oven.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah,
my sister had one of those.
Yeah, or it was literally just an incandescent light bulb.
Yeah,
and it took like years to make a.
If you put a thin enough layer of dough, it will bake.
Exactly. And
or burn.
Or burn. Think about that though. Like, it's a cool toy, but also like you gave kids things to mix that they were probably going to mix together and play with on their own. Like, this is not smart. I know, like, I'm sure some, there's legal jargon of like adult supervision required.
Sure.
But let's be honest. You're taking that packet of crap, you're going to mix it, and you're just going to shove it in there and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure a lot of that happened, and, they didn't, the days of those ovens didn't last long.
Yeah.
But,
Sure.
It's also one of those things, too, though. I think, like, it's kind of I mean, which actually I totally remember my kids having one. I think we found like an old one.
Ooh.
Like I don't think it was a new one. It was just kind of a recycled one.
Right.
And like buying the stuff for them to make things with it, and they enjoyed it for a while. But I think that's kind of like like the chemistry set or the erector set of like things that are like meant to help encourage
correct
curiosity in those things.
Yeah.
That you just don't get a lot of anymore. It's like now they have like the games that are like the bake shops where they got to make 75 different cookies for 13 different customers, all to be like specifically made, and it's way more of a game aspect to it. Yeah. It's not so much like hands-on making the thing.
Right. I remember when my sister got one and she made like a brownie, and I was like, "This sucks." Like, this isn't a brownie. I don't know what this is.
Do you remember like I forget what they were called, but they were like you made like gummy monsters.
Oh yeah,
they were like, it's like this monster oven. It's for geared for boys.
It's basically the same idea, but
same concept. But you made like
boys,
gooey gummy monsters.
I do remember. I think I got a version of that. I don't know if it was probably like the Chuck's version,
right?
But it's not really a monster. It's just like
not a monster. It's just gummy boogers. Oh man, it's just another blob. It don't look like nothing.
Exactly.
Melts the plastic mold that you put it in there with.
Why do my teeth hurt?
I don't feel good.
My stomach.
Well, you ate 35 of them monster boogers.
Oh man.
No wonder. Where's the molds? Oh.
You're not supposed to eat those?
I thought you just ate all of it.
I couldn't get the gummy crap out, so I just ate all of it.
Just ate it. It was all right.
Jimbo says a Big Wheels. Did you ever have a Big Wheel?
Is Big Wheel?
I got a picture of it right here.
Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah. Totally had several Big Wheels.
Yeah, it's like a tricycle that's kind of like a lowrider trike.
Right.
For those of you who haven't seen it, just Google Big Wheels.
Yeah.
It's like a lowrider trike with like a gigantic wheel in front.
Yeah. I think I had a Superman one.
Ooh.
I think I had the Superman logo.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I don't know. I think my sister had a Big Wheel. Like I don't think I got one. I didn't. It wasn't my thing.
One with the streamers on the handlebars.
That's what I would have gotten.
Oh, right.
Yeah. No, I think she did. Like she had one with the streamers on the handlebars, and like I remember it being like super cool, but like it wasn't for me.
Different time.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have had one. I could just be making this up. I'll have to ask her.
Right.
But yeah, Jimbo wants a Big Wheels. To which we responded, yeah, I could still get one.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
They make adult versions.
Yeah, West Coast Choppers. Same thing.
Correct.
That's what it was.
You too can join a biker gang.
Yeah.
And our friend Petite Corona says an Evel Knievel motorcycle with ramp.
Wow. Probably liked Toy Story 4.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
Duke Kaboom. Duke Kaboom.
Yeah.
Who voiced that? You remember?
Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah, that's right. Keanu Reeves. Yeah. Duke Kaboom.
Canadian Daredevil.
Yeah, did you ever see those? Like the Evel Knievel like
there's a guy that makes YouTube or makes TikToks of them. Yeah, like making these crazy jumps and stuff.
Yeah, I had something. It wasn't the Evel Knievel one, but it was like it had like a ripcord.
Chuck's.
Yeah, it was Chuck.
Chuck makes a lot of stuff. I mean, that's a
it's like the generic version of everything. It's just it's all just plastic and just white plastic. It says like motorcycle,
motorcycle man,
scooter, bike,
disposable razor scooter.
I had one that was like it had this like weird like ripcord in the back kind of thing, and you pulled the ripcord and it like wound up some sort of
generated.
Yeah, and like you put it down and like boom. Yeah, those are cool. Did you ever have slot racers?
I don't think I ever had any, but I remember those.
Yeah, those I had actually a couple different sets of those because they break so easy, man.
Right,
the little like metal slot thing in the bottom, and you just goes too fast, goes off the corner, and just it explodes into pieces.
Right. Yeah. I think that era that we grew up in of like the Christmas gift that was like, it was literally just a toy created to have buzz at Christmas.
Absolutely.
That were never really that good, but like they made a cool commercial around it. Like I remember like these like Marble Madness games where it's like,
oh yeah, I remember
shoot
those.
marbles into things, or like ones like, and I actually, that's another one that I see people make TikToks with, or these like spinning things, and they just like spin around and bounce each off of other, and which one stays in the rink kind of thing. Like, There's just a whole other era of like, we just build a commercial that looks cool, and put a thing in it. People buy it. Like
yeah, and that's 100% what it was. It wasn't like, let's build a toy that's going to last.
Hey, you got on red socks.
Like Christmas socks.
There you see. You were ready. And you missed it.
I got on Christmas socks. I didn't even think about that. You got on Christmas shirt. I got on Christmas socks.
Yeah, raise you a sock.
Yeah.
The other one's normal.
I got one Christmas sock. No, it was always like, it's not making a toy to last. It's not making a toy that you can have fun with for multiple months or years. It's like, we're going to make this thing for about 2 months.
It'll last for Christmas morning.
Yeah, legit. It's going to be cheaply made, and we're going to make this like kick-ass commercial, and then nothing's going to happen ever again.
Yeah.
I love watching those old commercials too.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like even toys that like I never knew existed,
right?
Because you missed the commercial and like
you done. You never had it
exactly. But like watching those old commercials, man, there is something about late '80s into like late '90s kids toys commercials that are just fantastic.
Yeah. Like I always remember,
ridiculous, over the top. Nobody plays like that. Like,
like the action figure commercials where like they've got like full blown sets that they're playing with their toys in, and like when they shoot the rocket, it like blows up a whole wall of stuff. Like, man, it doesn't look the same on my carpet. Launching the thing 2 inches and it landing in the carpet.
Yeah, like literally the advertising budget for these toys was like 98% of the cost.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah,
it cost this much. 2% of our company cost is actually making the toy.
Right,
98% of it's making this commercial.
Making that commercial.
Exactly.
It's directed by Steven Spielberg. Wow.
Steven Spielberg.
It's incredible.
Michael Bay got his.
Yeah, that's a really nice commercial.
That actually makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, totally.
You want to move on to another drink?
Let's do it.
All right. So, in addition to a bourbon cream, I have brought us
a fancy bottle,
the 5 Farms County Cork Irish Cream.
Wow!
I know, it's in this fancy like milk bottle.
Yeah, that's pretty
cool. It's
badass.
It's got this little like pop top.
Pop top.
Yeah. Put the little thing back. I mean, this is a bottle that I would keep around.
Yeah, afterwards.
First of all, I saw this on a TV show first. I think it's on Amazon still. It's 3 Drinkers in Ireland. They also do 3 Drinkers do Scotch whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
They're really fun.
Right.
And I saw this on there first, and I was like, I kind of want to try that. And I was walking around one of the local liquor stores, and I saw this bottle, and I was like, this is actually kind of what spurred us to do this episode. It is from the lush countryside of County Cork, Ireland, which we've had some whiskey from County Cork. West Cork.
I almost bought a bottle of Irish whiskey from County Cork yesterday.
Yeah. What kind?
It was a single barrel. I can't think of the name of it.
Okay.
But it was like a store pick.
Wow.
And I was going to get it, but I was just kind of like,
Gotcha.
Passed on it.
Sure.
But sounded good.
You want me to read you some bottle words?
Sure.
All right. I actually got some paper here too that kind of
fancy,
a little moist for being in the cooler, but from the lush countryside of County Cork, Ireland, comes the richest dairy cream and finest Irish whiskey. 5 Farms is crafted from single batches of fresh cream produced by 5 family-owned farms in a pastoral region, and is artificially blended with triple distilled Irish whiskey that shares the same provenance. The result is a superior Irish cream liqueur with an authentic richness of Ireland itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I feel like Irish cream is like the more generally accepted of the creamed liqueurs.
I would say so. And your big name in Irish cream, Bailey's. Exactly. Yeah. And Bailey's, when I went to go buy some stuff, Bailey's was kind of expensive.
Sure.
I mean, everything is expensive this year, but Bailey's, it was more expensive than I remember it being. This was up there too, but I mean, it's fancy.
Yeah, I like the look.
And
very unique.
The stuff inside is, well, we'll try it together.
Disgusting.
You ready?
Ready.
I'm going to pop that bottle.
Pop it.
I'm going to do this one into the mic, even though you're not going to be able to hear it.
Do it.
What'd you think?
Man, that sounded good.
All right. On the nose.
All right. Well, first off, color-wise, I want to say this is like a little bit more on the brown side. Am I remembering that wrong? Because now I'm looking at the
bourbon cream.
Bourbon cream.
I'm gonna say they're about the same. Yeah, I'm gonna say they're about the same.
Okay.
Like a mocha, a mocha color.
Yeah, I feel like this looked like I had a little more touch of brown, but maybe not.
Swirling it in the glass, I feel like this is thicker. Like it's got more fat in it,
Right.
Which I would expect because they're really pushing that Irish cream. Like, have you ever had that fancy Kerrygold butter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fancy stuff.
Yep.
And same idea. It has a little bit more butter fat in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
What you got on the nose?
There's a very specific candy,
Yes.
but it's like an old candy. You know, it's like something from my childhood
Yep.
that I can't put my finger on.
It's like Werther's, but it's not Werther's.
I'm going in like a citrus realm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like a bright,
Like
something
a candied lemon or orange kind of
Interesting.
thing. But like, you know, underneath all like the sweet cream
Yeah.
notes.
Well, the sweet cream here is lighter to me on the nose. Like where the bourbon cream is like a little bit like heavier, a little darker. This is
Right.
a little like lighter and fresher.
For sure. And there's like a kid's cough medicine element to it.
Yeah.
That's reminding me of like kids' medicine.
Yeah. I think there's more vanilla on the nose, but like vanilla bean vanilla.
I wonder if it's candy corn, if that's like the old candy
Oh,
smell.
maybe.
It's definitely like conjuring like Halloween.
I'm getting like anise, like licorice notes.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, candy corn? That's not far off.
I kind of wonder like if you just threw your nose in a bag of candy corn.
What candy corn is honey based, I think. So
Right.
maybe that's
Maybe.
yeah.
All right.
Going in.
Yeah. That tastes a lot thicker.
Yeah. It is a lot thicker.
It clings.
Oh man, though. That like caramel vanilla note
Yeah.
is way more pronounced.
Yep. There's also like a earthy
Yeah.
kind of note.
Yeah. To me, you can definitely tell that this is a higher quality cream.
Sure.
It definitely clings more, and there's a fresher aspect to it.
Yeah. Like this is making me like wonder if like these had to be like grass fed cows or something. Like there's something like grassy almost to it.
Yeah, there's an earthy nature
Like
to it.
back in there.
There's something going on there that like, you think of like a Bailey's, and if you've ever had Bailey's is very like sugary, fake, kind of sugary, syrupy sweet.
Right.
Sort of similar to the Buffalo Trace Bourbon Cream, where there's just like, I mean, it's good, but there's not a like curated quality to it. It's like a mass produced kind of quality to it.
Right.
And this is the antithesis of that. There's like a very small batch, curated
crafted,
nature. Yeah,
handcrafted kind of thing.
It could just be marketing. It could be labeling. It could just be the fancy bottle. But man, the product itself is, dare I say, better.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has like a little bit more of a structure to it. Mm-hmm. It's not so just kind of even kill one note kind of a thing.
This comes in at 17% ABV, a little bit higher. And I think from the bit of research I did, it's actually one of the higher cream kind of drinks in terms of ABV.
Right.
Because a lot of them tend to be in that like 10 to 15% range.
Right.
So 2% higher, that's not bad. Okay, so out of the two, which do you like more?
I think hands down I go with this one.
Yeah, me too.
It just has a little bit more of like a crafted nature to it. Which I mean, like, I appreciate the whole presentation.
Exactly.
You know, like just every bit of it just has a little bit more of an interesting take on what this is.
And I would say like just even though this is thicker, there's something about it that I could drink a little bit more. Like I don't want to drink a whole lot more, but like I feel like I could drink this easier than I could the bourbon cream.
Right.
And I don't know why that is.
Yeah, and I like that. Like I think the little bit higher proof gives like a little bit more of like a kind of a cinnamon essence on the back end of it.
Definitely.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. And again, I think it all comes down to the quality of the cream is better here. And because of that, it makes a far superior product.
Right.
I don't know about far superior, but
yeah,
more
I mean,
enjoyable.
it's obviously like in the same realm, same neighborhood.
Man, you take this to a holiday party. I mean,
oh yeah, man.
First of all, the presentation, spot on.
It's going to go quick.
It's going to go quick. Pick up a couple bottles of this. For us here in Florida, it was just slightly north of 30 or right around that $30 mark for us.
Yep.
Which again, I feel is right.
Yeah, totally.
You know, like it's a little bit, like I said, more crafted, and it's delicious stuff.
Yeah, pretty tasty, festive as Five Farms. I like it.
Yeah, me too.
That's quite
I'm
good.
a fan. I'm a fan. You ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Kyle, we've come to that point in our Christmas episode, as we do every year, where we talk again about money. This comes from the PNC Bank. This is the Christmas Price Index 2022.
There you go.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah. Money. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
Do they say that?
I think that's it.
Okay.
I think that's the whole point. Which, that's like an interesting like little thing. You know, for that whole Charlie Brown Christmas special is obviously like, you know, talking about trying to push against that marketing aspect, that capitalistic aspect of Christmas. But do you know how that Christmas special got made? From a huge sponsorship from Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah, I do.
So it's actually hilarious that, like, you know, it's done that way. That is huge, like, that is probably, like, responsible for the most capitalistic aspect of Christmas in terms of, like, creating, like,
the modern Santa Claus and the way we think about it. Yeah.
Like, you know, heavily marketing on Christmas and nostalgia. That they're the ones that were heavily responsible for that getting made.
Wow.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's super interesting.
Yeah. Like, I saw, like, you know, in its original form, there was, like, a little prelude that had, you know, Charlie Brown and Linus out there, like, having a snowball fight or something, and, you know, with them stumbling and falling up against a sign that said, brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Oh.
You know? Yeah.
All right. The PNC Christmas Price Index 2022. Now, this is all based around the 12 days of Christmas.
Right.
Okay? So if you know the song, then you know what we're about to get into.
Bunch of bird shit.
I think you said that last year.
I think I saw it somewhere. It's like 148 birds.
It's a hell of a lot of birds.
It's like a husband like talking to his wife, like, honey, you feeling okay? Like, you really haven't done anything with those 148 birds that I gave you. Are you feeling all right?
You feeling fine? Actually, the one of the most expensive things on this list is a bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A singular bird?
Well, 7 of them.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Teaser.
We'll get there. So this actually, from what I could gather, goes back to 1984. I don't know if that's the first year that they did it, but in 1984, just to give you some kind of understanding.
Yep.
Okay. In 1984, the 12 days of Christmas, if you were to buy just the gift once, so like, you know, you buy...
On the 7th day, you bought those seven things
swans.
instead
like
of...
You bought those swans, you were done.
Right.
Like, it would have cost you $20,000, or it would have cost you $20,069.58.
Gotcha.
In 1984.
Right.
Okay?
Again, you're saying if you bought... On the first day, you bought this thing. On the second day, it was just that thing, not
correct.
then that and another.
Correct, because the idea of the song is like you bought the first day, and then the second day you bought the second day and another the first day.
Right.
And then on the third, you bought the third, the second, and another the first.
Right.
So like ultimately you would end up with 364 gifts, I think.
Something
is the
like
idea. Yeah, something like that is the idea.
Right.
But no, this is like you bought just what that day required.
Right.
Okay. So in 1984, it would have cost you $20,069.58.
I mean, that's expensive.
Oh yeah, especially $1984.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's.
Yeah. And there are years like it goes up, you know, by a couple percent here and there. There are years it goes down a couple percent. Like 2002, it dropped 10%.
Wow.
Under $20,000. So in 2002, it was $19,000.
Incredible.
I know. And then there are years where it jumps up a whole hell of a lot.
Right.
And this might be one of those.
Yeah,
years.
we're probably gonna be one of them years.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. So if you were to purchase the total amount.
Yep.
For the Christmas Price Index, would be $45,523.27
this year.
This year, which is up 10.5% from last year, or from 2021. Yeah,
gotcha.
Last year. Yep.
I got to be honest, like the fact that from 1984 to now, it's only roughly doubled.
I thought the same thing.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's not terrible because when we think about like, well, everything's more expensive. Yeah. But also, like...
When you look at the price of gas...
Sure.
That's going to be way more than double than what it was in 84.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's all that bad.
Yeah, for the whole thing, only be double.
Yep. But when you get to the granularity of it and you think about, like, how much these things would cost individually, that's where things get a little crazy.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, so, Kyle, on the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me...
So I gave you...
Yes. What did you give me?
I gave you a partridge in a pear tree.
And it cost you... How much?
Trying to roughly remember.
Okay.
From last year. I'm going to say it's a ridiculous $400.
Ooh, you're a little high.
Nice.
Yeah, you buy the fancy birds,
right?
Yeah, you find, and then the fancy pear trees.
This is a 20-year-old pear tree.
Ooh,
it required a lot of excavation to get that sucker over here.
This is up 25.8% from last year.
And what is it?
It is $280.18
for a partridge
and
and
a
pear
partridge
tree.
in a pear tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's and you get both.
I got you.
It says here that the price of the partridge is unchanged.
Mm-hmm.
I guess birds don't change in price very much.
Rough year for partridges.
I guess it's the cost of the growth of the tree, which because you bought a 20-year tree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was an investment. I actually bought it like several years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's fan. You are a fan. I appreciate you, man.
I know, man. I look forward to it.
Yeah. On the second day of Christmas,
Yep.
you gave to me.
2 turtle doves.
You gave me 2 turtle doves.
Yeah.
How much are 2 turtle doves going to cost you?
I feel like I remember this one surprising me last year, so I'm gonna go $300 for the pair.
Ooh, you're about $300 off. $600 for the pair. Yeah.
They're free. I don't know.
This is a 33.3% increase from last year.
Gosh,
$600 even. 2 turtle doves.
Yeah,
when I was a kid and I heard like 2 turtle doves, I was like, what? How does that? So like in my mind, I'm like, it's a turtle with
and
wings.
dove
Yeah,
got together and got busy.
exactly.
Made a turtle dove.
That doesn't make sense.
Or $600.
What's really funny
Hard
here?
pass. I got you a couple parakeets, man. Like,
$20, good to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to see on the camera here, but the image is a dove in a turtleneck, which I think is really funny.
well, it's funny. That's like a singular one because he's looking in a mirror.
Oh yeah,
I gave you a single turtle dove in a mirror. A reflection.
we call that cost cutting.
Nice.
Yeah. It says thanks in part to the rising cost of feed. So it's not really the birds itself; it's the maintenance.
What the hell are these turtle doves eating?
I don't know.
Dang.
All right, on the third day of Christmas,
Yep.
you gave to me 3
French
hens. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are specific hens. They are French.
Oui.
If they need to.
Oui, bok. Bok, oui.
There it is. This is a 25% increase from last year.
Ooh.
What would you say? 3 French hens.
I feel like the French hens, I want to say I was roughly close. I'm going to say 3 French hens is going to be like $350.
Not bad, man. $318.75.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I was pretty
good.
close to that on that one last year.
And basically they say it's because the hens can be hungry and the cost of feed has gone up.
Well, I bet those are probably going to be the tastiest in the bunch.
And the most cost effective in terms of
Some French hens,
Sure.
come on.
Exactly.
You know.
I mean, 3 French hens, you also have these turtle doves, put some pears in there, man, you get a good meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be eating well.
Yeah. And partridge probably tastes fine.
Yeah. I mean,
And it's small birds, so
Yeah.
and it's probably going to be all right.
poultry.
Yeah, sure.
Bring it on.
All right. On the 4th day of Christmas, you gave to me
4 calling birds?
4 calling. You're right. That's a hell of a lot of birds.
Yeah.
Anyway, 4 calling birds.
Yep.
How much are you spending on 4 calling birds? I will say first, this is a 0% increase from last year.
Okay. I mean, 4 calling birds, I don't even know what that is. Like, are we talking about like anything that sings? Like, could they be robins?
I'm assuming it's a singing bird of some sort. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, $400.
No, that's not
$400.
terrible. That's not terrible. It's $5.99.
$5.99.
Yeah, this is not increased at all. They're expensive. I wonder though. I guess the calling birds don't eat anything. I guess.
Yeah, they're feed. You just feed them whatever.
Yeah. They say that if it's consistency you're after, the 4 calling birds have delivered once again. They're expensive, but just no more than they were in 2021. The image here is of birds like making phone calls,
Calling each other. I'm pretty sure that one is the Twitter logo.
I think it is. We're pretty close. It's weirdly dressed as Elon Musk. I don't understand what's going on there.
Boo. Did you see that?
I did
Got
see
booed
that.
off
That's
stage.
really funny.
Oh, man. Is what it is.
He might deserve it. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah. On the 5th day of Christmas,
Yep.
you gave to me
Them golden rings.
and golden rings. Yeah. See, to me, like those are probably the most like, I could pawn those. Kind
Sure,
of thing. Like,
yeah.
I can't eat those.
Right. But you could turn
but
around.
I could
get the
if I
value
needed
out
to,
of them.
Yeah. These have gone up pretty substantially, 39.1% this year. Yeah. The cost of gold, man.
Wow.
Yeah. How much are you paying?
5 golden rings, costs going up. This is going to be pricey.
Yeah.
This is going to be...
Now, I will say they're not like just like super fancy golden rings. They're like literally just gold bands.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm going to say $2,000.
Okay, that's not terrible. $1,200.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, $1,245.
Back it up.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
So
going like $400 a band.
Well,
That's not
I do
bad.
have big fingers, so you. I mean,
true. That's gonna-
it's
gonna bump it up.
you're right. It's probably gonna be about
Or just they're really thin.
just tiny little bands. Yeah. They say sharply rising commodity prices in the early part of 2022 have made for an expensive line item of the True Love's shopping list. Yeah, the price of gold rings grew by nearly 40% this year. It is the highest price index or highest increase in the price index completely. So almost 40%. Wow. Yeah, that's still substantial, man. All right,
that's still one of those things of like, you know, who decides the value in that? I can't do anything with gold.
No,
but sell it.
Right. Or, well, you can give me the rings.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
Can't eat it. Can't do anything with it. No. Can't make anything out of it.
Well, you can be pretty.
Yeah. I guess. Pretty thin.
Rings?
Because you can't eat.
Oh. I'm with you. All right. On the 6th day of Christmas, Kyle, you gave to me
6 geese a laying?
Yeah, which I would eat those too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, geese.
I don't know that I've ever had a goose.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
ever had a Christmas goose or anything?
You ever had duck?
Yeah, I love duck.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah, I would
imagine. It's fatty and delicious.
Quacking birds.
Right.
Yeah. Water birds.
How much are 6 geese laying?
Probably pretty expensive. I'm going to say, let's go $7.50 on that.
Ooh, dude, that's closest yet. $7.20.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a 9.1% increase. But again, not terrible when you think about, like, you know, the geese, they're laying. So you're also going to get...
Yeah, breakfast.
Exactly.
Burritos.
You can also get young geese, which are called goslings. There
right.
It is. Like
Ryan.
Ryan. What'd you say?
Ryan.
Oh, I thought you said Brian. I'm like, no.
Ryan.
Gosling. That's what I was making a joke.
I mean, Brian. You can start breeding them.
Sure.
You could turn that into a whole business.
Oh, yeah, easy. You know? So actually, that's probably the best gift on the list.
That's a good investment.
Yeah. The geese are laying down another large tab in 2022, demanding nearly 10% more if you'd like to give them to your true love, which I know you do because
why
you
not?
value me. Yeah. The 7th day, you gave me
7 swans a swimming.
Indeed. And this is the pricey one. This is the big ticket item. I put this on my Christmas list for a reason.
Man. Yep. Yeah, I remember this one being outrageous last year. So I'm going to say 7 of them suckers is going to run you $20,000.
Yeah, you're a little high. You got fancy taste, though. And you know I got
bougie birds.
Bougie birds, right. If swans are your fancy, let's hope you're swimming in cash. And I know you are, Kyle. They're back with a big price tag this year at $13,124.93.
Yeah, see, I put in a pool for them.
Oh,
so there's legit swimming.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably why they're expensive now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I will say, though, they don't cost you any more this year than they did last year.
They stay the same.
Yeah, which is interesting.
That's why. That's why I was off so bad.
Well, I think that's like, you know, when you think about economics, it's like those high ticket items rarely change in cost.
Look at the gold.
That way. No, but that's not a high ticket item.
Gold?
What I'm saying is like the price of Lamborghinis aren't changing a whole lot because they're already expensive.
Right.
That's why some of these fancy birds ain't going to change a whole lot.
I got you.
We're talking like macroeconomics.
Right.
You and I are well versed in this.
Them swans.
They're swimming. On the 8th day, you gave me
8 maids a milking.
And how much did that cost?
See, that's where it always gets confusing. Is I don't know, like, is it for the whole day? Are they milking all day long? Is that you know? Let's say it's a 12-hour day.
Sure.
You know, they're milking. So they're 12 of them. If they're making $20 an hour.
Yeah.
Which I would have got to imagine. It's got to be more than that.
Yeah.
Especially like this is like, independently done. So it's like they're probably professionals.
Sure.
They probably have a little bit higher of a
They
wage.
demand a higher wage because of their professional nature.
They're
yeah,
doing
exactly.
it at your house. They got to bring the cows. Like it's a.
I'm assuming we already have the cows. Like we just the maids are the ones who are milking the cows. That's my.
When did you get cows?
You haven't heard that noise in the back?
No, that's Wesley.
That's what I said.
So they're milking Wesley.
Oh.
I'm gonna go.
So everybody's aware. Wesley is Kyle's corgi. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Let's go an even 2,000 on this one.
Oh, buddy. Ooh, you're way off. The last time the maids of milking got a pay raise was in 2009.
Eesh.
There's a 0% increase. They are $58 total. Yep. 8 million maids of milking, $58. The federal minimum wage hasn't changed since that date, and neither has the cost of the gift.
So that's where I would need information.
Yeah.
They must only be working for an hour.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how long it takes to milk a cow
8
these
of
days.
Them. I mean, $58. It's not even like $10 an hour.
Yeah. No, it's not because federal minimum wage is not $10 an hour.
7?
I think so. I think it's like $7.25. Is that right? What's 8 times 7? 49. Yeah. So it's that's it.
So just for an hour.
Yeah, basically. You get it for an hour. Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense. It's not like like the cows are gonna be like endlessly
Sure.
have milk in there.
I mean, I don't know how much
you
milk
could
is
be down
in
there all day.
Yeah, I don't know.
After that first hour, ain't nothing else happening but blisters.
Gross. All right. On the 9th day of Christmas, you gave to me
9 ladies dancing.
Indeed.
Again, it's hard to say. I mean, if 8 maids of milk is only $58.
Yeah.
Dancing is certain, like it's an entertainment fee. They're probably involved in some sort of a union, entertainment union. But I mean, still, I gotta assume it's gotta be something more substantial than that.
It is.
Gonna be an entertainment
I will say that it is more substantial. Yeah.
So let's go
because these are artists, Kyle.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it's 9 of them.
Yeah.
So let's go $1,200.
You're selling these artists a little cheap. $8,308.12.
See, I don't think that's fair because, like I said, the maids, I was going to give them way more.
Yeah, I know.
Now I'm way less.
Listen,
it's a hard.
The 9 ladies dancing twirled out of the pandemic to a tune of a 10% raise. I'm
Good
not
on them.
Yeah, I think you're right. Though.
What was the total?
$8,308.12. I think it's
for
those
an hour?
Well, it's those union. We don't know if it's an hour.
Well, but clearly they've set forth the precedent that it's an hour.
Oh, because of the
maids.
I got you. Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
That's a steep hour.
Well,
They may be dancing that whole time.
Those union dues are steep. Steep. All right. On the 10th day of Christmas, Kyle, you gave to me
10 Lords of Leaping?
Indeed. Yep. 10 Lords of Leaping. And this will cost you
The bargain price.
of...
I mean, jumping up and down for an hour, it's going to be exhausting.
It
that's
is.
hard work.
And you got to get Lords together. Not just like a couple. You got to get 10 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have those in America, so they're going to be shipping them in from
exactly.
England.
And they're going to be fighting, too, because they're Lords,
$5,000.
$13,980.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a 24% increase.
I just don't see the value in that gift specifically of just why do you need these Lords leaping?
I don't really know. Like, why do they need to leap?
What do you get out of them leaping? Just the enjoyment of watching that rich dude jump up and down?
I guess, yeah.
Like
for your entertainment?
Sticking it to the man?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I said the swans were the most expensive gift. It's not. It's the Lord's leaping.
Are they?
Yeah.
They top them out?
Yeah, definitely. It was about about $800 more expensive. Yeah.
Nice.
It's the most expensive gift on this year's index. But these are Lords and they're leaping.
Right.
The image that the PNC index has here is that they're on skateboards.
Not a leap, is it?
I don't think so. That's more of like a coast and jump, a hop. All right. On the 11th day of Christmas, you gave to me
11 Pipers Piping?
Indeed, 11 Pipers Piping, yeah. And how much is that going to cost?
See, I feel like that's got to be cheaper than the Maids of Milking because, like, I'm having a bunch of old dudes sit around and smoke.
No, not that kind of pipe. Like, these are artists. Like, they're playing a pipe.
Oh, like bagpipers.
It could be bagpipers. It could be like lutes.
Yeah.
Or that kind of thing. Like, again, these are
entertainment
artists.
union.
Exactly, yeah. These
All
are
right,
artists.
let's go. 11 of these guys is going to set you up for around $1,500.
Twice that, $3,021.40. Yep.
Man, I mean, I want to hear them first.
Well,
I don't want it to be like a day of.
Well, I think that's the thing. Like, because you're buying this for me, your true love. Like, you're going to want to know what you're getting.
Sure.
Know what you're paying for.
Right.
So I think that's probably built into the cost. It's like, when you go to a caterer for a wedding, like they give you the small plates beforehand.
Right.
So if you play your cards right, you're like, a bunch of different caterers. Mm-hmm. You eat pretty well. Right?
We did that.
Exactly. I think it's that kind of deal. So they give you like a mini concert.
Gotcha.
And it's because of the rising cost of compensation for 2022 in terms of those unions and just live music. It's up.
I'm going to get Chuck's version.
Oh,
just get the old dude sitting around smoking pipes.
Smoking pipes. That's
them pipers piping.
It's actually probably going to be more entertaining now that I think about it. Yeah.
Better conversation.
I mean, you've been to a couple concerts lately. Like, that crap's expensive right now.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah. All right. And the 12th day of Christmas, Kyle.
Yep.
What do you get me?
What's 12 days? The 12th day is the 12 drummers drumming.
You are like really good at this.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. You've impressed me. Not only have you bought me a hell of a lot of gifts, but also the gifts.
Remembered them all.
Exactly. It's a lot of damn wrapping paper too.
Yeah.
How much were 12 drummers drumming? Again, professionals.
See, that's kind of surprising to me that's not the most expensive because it's the entertainment.
Sure.
It's a specialized area.
Yeah. But I mean, as a drummer myself, like, drummers are going to drum. They'll probably do it for free. Like, Piper's going to pipe too.
It's more of a passion.
Yeah. So it's one of those things of like, we're getting paid for this, but we'll probably do it for free.
All right. But still, I think it's probably equivalent to the Pipers.
Okay.
If that was like around 3,000, I'll say 3,500.
Yeah, not bad. $3,266.93.
Nice.
Yeah. Again, it's because of the labor market's slightly up.
Yep.
And live music is just a little bit more expensive.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was up. Both of the Pipers and the drummers up 2.6%.
Interesting.
As a whole. Last little bit.
Yep.
All right. Before we get to our final drink. if, and I know you spent this, so I'm just saying, like, to the people, if you were to buy all of the 364 presents for this year, it would cost you $197,071.09.
Wow.
Which is up almost 10%. That's up 9.8% from last year. Yeah, that's quite a lot.
That's a hell of a Christmas. And you're going to have a ridiculous amount of stuff. I don't know where you put it all. I don't know. I really don't know where you put it all.
I wonder if that's built into the cost of, like, we got to figure out what to do with these birds. It's really the birds that you're concerned
you
about.
Have an aviary.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have to feed them or eat them. One of the two.
Well, that's the whole point of how expensive they are.
Exactly. Well,
the feed costs, man.
Just
year in, year out. That's awful. And then you get it all again the next year, and it's like, crap.
God, I got to do this again.
I mean, I'm looking forward to those French hens.
I mean, again, I've never eaten swan, but it's a bird. It'd probably be all right.
Sure.
Geese,
maybe a little gamey.
Geese,
a little chewy around the neck.
Save it for me. But
Clark.
Yeah. But yeah, why not? Real quick, if you could.
I'm just seeing like the neck on the bird, like on the
looped around it.
Like it's basically like a turkey with just like this crazy long neck.
If you want to go to the PNC Christmas Price Index, they actually have a really cool couple of activities there that kids can do. And if you want to print off, they have a nice like coloring book. I don't know, it's kind of fun. They this year they really put a lot of thought into it. They have a bunch of images along with each of the gifts. I don't know, it's kind of cool. And it's kind of cool to think about as something that year to year you kind of come back to, and you're like, okay, first of all, these traditional gifts that we can make fun of, but also like, oh, prices have gone up. All right. Or prices have stayed the same for things. And I think it's fun.
And it'd probably be interesting like to find out what's the genesis of all of this. Where'd all these gifts come from? What's the meaning behind all of it? Were these common things ever?
I don't know.
Or is it just like
I think
dude who wrote that song was just kind of like tripping that night?
Maybe. But the 12 days of Christmas, if I'm not mistaken, technically begins the day after Christmas, or it begins on Christmas, I think.
Right.
So like 364 days, you're buying that person gifts all year, and then like the next year you start again. Like, that's the idea, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Who knows?
But math, I don't know.
Tough.
Yeah.
You got shoes on.
I do, and I got Christmas socks on.
That limits how much math you can do.
Oh, I didn't know what you're talking. You got shoes on? No, you got
Never,
naked feet.
Yeah, I'm always
Alabama feet.
Feel comfortable. I like to feel constrained.
Speaking of that,
yep.
You want to get into our final drink?
Obviously.
Okay. So I'm excited for you to try this one.
All right.
Because we've never talked about this. I don't know if you've had it. And
probably not.
I know I had never had it. And I did some research of like, what is a quintessential drink that is Christmas in a glass, that is easy to find, and that I could take to a party and people are probably going to like it.
Bud Light Lime. Let's go.
This is
Drambuie.
Drambuie. You ever had it?
I think I have.
Yeah?
I think I've tried it at some point in time. Somebody brought it over for a party and had a little taste of it.
Yeah, so when I was doing some research for this episode, a lot of people said the quintessential drink that is not necessarily like associated with Christmas, but is Christmas in a glass, is Drambuie. This is the Isle of Skye liqueur. The Isle of Skye is an island in the Hebrides, which is on the Western Isles of Scotland.
Right.
It's north. It's pretty far north, but it's north of Islay.
Sure.
This is a unique blend of aged Scotch whiskey, heather honey, herbs, and spices.
Yeah.
It is a product of mainland Scotland, and it is 40% ABV.
That's so weird. Why would you say Isle of Skye, but product of the mainland?
Yeah, that's interesting.
What's going on there?
A little bit weird. I didn't put two and two together, but now I have. Actually, like the story behind this drink is really like just steeped in Scottish history, and it goes back to Bonnie Prince Charlie. In 1745, Bonnie Prince Charlie landed on the west coast of Scotland. Driven by fiery ambition, he was intent on reclaiming the throne of his ancestors, rallying many to his cause. Despite early victories, they were decisively defeated at the Battle of Culloden, and Charlie escaped to the Isle of Skye under the protection of the MacKinnon clan. By way of thanks, he gifted them the only possession he had left, the recipe to his personal liqueur. They called it Drambuie, after the Gaelic "an Drambuie,"
totally.
Which means the drink that satisfies. After 100 years as a local secret, production started on the mainland Scotland. As Drambuie's fame spread, it was soon being poured in the finest bars around the world. So it's made in mainland Scotland now, but it is the Isle of Skye liqueur. Like, that's where it came from.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So there's a lot of history that we could get into, but I'd rather just get into the bottle.
Do it.
Okay. Ooh. I'm going to pour a little bit in a glass.
A little bit. Did I read that proof correctly?
I said it. It was 40%.
40%.
Yeah. Now, this is a very, very thick drink, too. I think the viscosity level of our drinks today, Kyle, says it all.
So this is Scotch with honey and spices.
Herbs and spices. You know,
They make a Scotch and then they marry those things together, you think?
I think so. Yeah. That's my assumption anyway.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it is thick like a watered down honey.
Yep.
On the nose though.
I don't know that I could peg Scotch. Obviously,
No.
like alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Definitely honey. I'm going to go like, some sort of like a spiced orange.
Yep. Yeah. But I would say like this nose is Christmas. Like it's a version of Christmas. Like it's not those like baked apple, like warm apple kind of things.
Right.
But it is like Christmas spices. Clove. Yeah. You definitely like heather also is kind of like a bright.
Yeah. Maybe like a little cranberry.
Yeah. But you said mint. Some citrus, mint, absolutely. Piney notes. Botanically.
But yeah, very botanically.
But it smells delightful.
Like you were saying on the Irish cream, like a little bit of like licorice.
Yep. Oh, anise for sure. Licorice.
Cool.
Shall we?
Tips up. Yeah, I can see that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very holiday-ish.
It's very holiday. I would say that this is a little bit less accessible than the two creams.
Yeah.
But it is, especially for someone who is whiskey forward and wants something a little different, wants something sweet. This is definitely there. It's gingerbread. It's very licorice forward.
Sure.
It's gingerbread. It's all those like mulling spices, and it's definitely sweet. I mean, it's syrupy sweet for sure.
Yeah, I mean it's like cough syrup. Like man, if you got a cough,
oh yeah,
warm up a tablespoon of this.
What if you did a hot toddy with this?
Yeah, man, that'd take care
just
of.
Take the honey out completely and just
you don't even need a cough for that. Just do it.
I kind of like a mix a little bit more whiskey in here, like maybe a slight peat would be probably just set it really nice.
You're not wrong.
Real nice.
Yeah, that'd be all right there.
But I love the nose, and there's like a really beautiful burn that you get here. It's just like, I mean, it cuts through everything. It's not a proof burn. It's like a spice burn.
Yeah, it definitely it's like a ginger type of a spice burn.
Yep.
But like it's so thick that spice just like lingers on your tongue for so long too.
Oh yeah, that is really nice too.
That is delightful.
Again, it's not an all year kind of thing. Definitely is very holiday to me. But if you bought a bottle, like this bottle is going to stay good for quite some time. So you buy a bottle and keep it for a couple of years, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I can't imagine like when else I would drink it, and it's one of those things too of like how else would you want it other than just like a dessert aspect of,
exactly,
something to just top off a fancy holiday meal.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think like this over a big cube of ice too, it's going to water it down just a little bit. It is actually the main ingredient in a rusty nail, the cocktail rusty nail, which I haven't had. And they, on their website, they have a Drambuie Collins, which is a like a lemon drink, which I think would be perfect with this as well.
Yeah. I can almost even see them going like somewhere in the realm of like a Boulevardier, Negroni, add in like a bitter element to it.
Yeah, I mean it's slightly bitter already, but there's so much sweet here. They're just setting just a little bit over the top there. Oh man,
yeah, but I think you're right of like adding in a little peat. That sounds like that would be magic.
Yeah,
that's delightful though.
It's really delightful.
Yeah,
I quite like that.
I don't remember it. I know I've had it. I know somebody brought it over one time and we tried it, and it just being kind of like forgot.
Yeah,
but
I mean, and I can see that because it's also, to me, it's one of those things like you see this on the shelf and it screams granddad to me. Like it screams like an older generation,
right?
But I think that like, those kinds of things are also coming back, and I really appreciate this kind of thing. This is from 1745.
Yep.
Like this recipe supposedly is that old, and that's really damn cool.
Yeah,
that,
for sure.
This kind of thing survives, and that it's still solid,
and it makes sense because that's fun.
Yeah, it is really fun.
Yeah.
Well, you got anything else?
No, I think that's good.
No, me neither.
Good stuff, man.
Oh yeah, thank you. I
That's
appreciate
fun.
that.
Good idea.
It's out of our wheelhouse, something different,
very different,
and just really festive, and that's what I think I wanted to explore here.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. Hey man. Merry Christmas.
Same to you, sir.
And Merry Christmas to all the Drep and Stoners, too.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And, speaking of New Year, you know what's on the horizon?
2023.
And our New Year episode, where we do our year in review. I can't wait for that.
That's going to be wild.
It is going to be
looking back on this year.
I know, because it's been a good year.
Been a good year.
Been a good year. A lot of good
stuff.
drinks, a lot of cool episodes, a lot of fun experiences.
Totally.
I can't wait to go through that and talk about the year in review.
Indeed.
And that'll be on the horizon.
Indeedly doodly.
Yeah. Well, we want to know what you think about the Buffalo Trace Bourbon Cream.
Yep.
The Five Farms Irish Cream.
Yep.
Or the Drambuie.
Yeah. Thoughts on that? Because they're very festive. Like, I mean, it's not really something that I would have put at the forefront of my thought of festive drinks, but they totally fit the bill.
Exactly. You still got a couple more days until Christmas. Like we're this is the Wednesday before Christmas.
Yep.
So you can run out, grab you a couple bottles, take them to a couple holiday parties, have them Christmas morning. You're making, pancakes or cinnamon rolls or whatever you're making on Christmas morning. Pop that in your coffee. You're going to be like, honestly, any three of these. I don't know if I'd mix all three of them together, but any three of these in your coffee, you're going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great morning. It's going to be a great day.
Totally.
We also want to know, if you didn't respond to our social media question, what is the gift that you wanted as a child and never received?
Yeah, what's the one you missed out on?
Yeah, and did you go back and buy it later? Because no one said that.
Yeah,
I did not go back and buy a razor. You did not go back and buy a tournament table.
Never did.
I mean, we could right now.
Yeah, at this point, it's probably just like build your own. It was hard to build an air hockey table.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a lot of little
I'm thinking
air
at
holes
some
to
point
make,
I had a pool table.
Sure.
At some point I had a ping pong table. Just never had that air hockey
the
table.
air hockey table. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I'm at the age where I don't know if I want to fall off of a razor scooter at this point. Like it's it's gonna hurt.
It's a different age. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like when you're
not gonna come back that quick.
When you're 12, you fall off a razor scooter, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like you might bump a few things and get some bruises, but when you're my age and you fall off a roller scooter,
it's an extended injury.
Yeah, you're gonna be hobbling for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the rest of your life, probably.
Maybe at this point. Who knows? Well, you get in touch with us through email at drepandstone@gmail.com. You also get in touch with us through social media.
It's always one word, Drep and Stone, DREP and Stone. Come find us, like us, look at a thing, share the thing, laugh at a thing, and hey, let us know you like that thing.
Yeah. And you can also support the podcast through our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/drepandstone. If you want to get us the best Christmas present possible, it's to join Patreon and hang out with all the patrons, the Drep and Stoners on Patreon.
Go check it out.
Yeah. You can also support the podcast by rating Drep and Stone wherever it is you find great podcasts like this one. And finally, you can support the podcast by telling your family members at your Christmas dinner about Drep and Stone. Even though, probably at this point, all your family members know about Drep and Stone.
Right.
But, that one uncle that, just, pops in every other Christmas, you haven't seen him in a minute, just tell him, hey, Uncle so-and-so.
Uncle Orville, I know you've been hitting the Drambuie.
Yep.
Smell it all over you.
And you're going to love Drep and Stone. Go listen.
They talk about Drambuie on their Christmas episode this year.
And
you're drinking it right now.
Yeah. And it's delicious.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
May your glass overflow.
And your ass never show. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. That
candy cane.
It's got ho 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 on it. I don't know.
Ho ho ho. I don't know. I like that.
That was gonna be get out of my head.
So sorry. What you thinking? Which I've never understood that anyway. It's just I don't know. It's not natural. To my side.
Well,
damn, Wonka, you got me.
The tournament table.
The tournament table.
Yeah, I remember those. I had a buddy who had one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah.
You want to go get one right now?
Okay.
We could play all day.
Hell yeah. Fucking glows in the dark. You don't even need power.
Wow. Now we got bourbon too. So it's going to be even better.
I'd wreck that thing. Would not last the night.
No. Also considering the reach of those boys in the
right.
That commercial was already further than the table was.
Right. This is already clearly too small for you guys.
Yeah. Assholes don't get Springbank.
I'm actually kind of surprised Werther's doesn't have a cream.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like they could destroy that. Boozy caramel cream.
Yeah.
Werther's.
Cut
that out. Don't put that in there. Where does that take place?
Yeah.
Cool.
You got anything else?
I don't think so. Wet paper will do it every time.